What if Kakashi never stopped Naruto and Sasuke from clashing on the rooftop? In this scenario, we're going to be going over what would happen if Kakashi never stopped Naruto and Sasuke from clashing the first time they ever attempted to. So, it starts off on the rooftop as Naruto and Sasuke yell at each other. As Sakura tries to stop them, she gets caught in the blast of the Chidori of Sasuke and the Rasengan of Naruto. Both Naruto and Sasuke get blasted back, sustaining heavy injuries. Kakashi would arrive too late to stop anything. Sakura is not too badly injured, however, Kakashi can see that Naruto and Sasuke are both lethally injured. Sasuke lies in a pool of blood, silent, as Naruto stares ahead, seeing what he has done, and what happened to himself. No, I didn't mean to, can't, and like this, am I real, the monster people say I am? No one who does something like this is fit to be the Hokage, Naruto would say as he passed out. Kakashi would rush over to Sasuke, still silent. As Kakashi arrives at Sasuke's body, he would see that his eyes were lifeless, and there was a giant hole blasted through his torso. He would bring his hand up to Sasuke's nose and mouth, and Sasuke was not breathing. He really couldn't believe it. Sasuke was dead. Kakashi would blame himself as he closed Sasuke's eyes, walking over to Naruto, still feeling him breathing. He yells at Sakura, "Go get a medic! Now! We can still save him!" Naruto was hurt very badly, internally, but had no visible injuries, besides a few deep scratches that were being healed by Karuma from the inside. Jiraiya would come out behind Kakashi, grabbing his shoulder, as he was also late. That kid was dangerous. It was better off this happened. Think what would happen if he went rogue, he exclaims, talking about Sasuke as he walked over to his body. "Make sure no one gets wind of this, Kakashi," Jiraiya would say as he picks up Naruto's body, taking him to the hospital, claiming that the injuries were sustained while they were training. Kakashi would take Sasuke's body and bring him to a place where he would eventually be buried, using the same story of it happened during training, though not knowing while all this happened, an Anbu member was watching and reported all that had happened to Danzo. A few days later, Naruto would be in the hospital, as in the middle of the night, randomly, a visitor would come. Still unconscious, Naruto does not catch any wind of the situation. The random visitor would be Danzo, with Sasuke's eyes in a jar. Danzo would grin as he himself grabs Sasuke's eyes and switches Naruto's out for them. "I'll watch you, boy," Danzo says, then leaves, implanting Sasuke's eyes into Naruto's. After Danzo leaves, another few days would go by, and the news of Sasuke's death and Naruto's injuries would get out. Kakashi's and Jiraiya's stories were what would be released to the public. Not too many people caring what happened to either of them, as Sasuke had no family and Naruto was considered a monster. Naruto would wake up as his injuries were healed from not only Karuma, but from the work of the nurses in the hospital. As he would wake up, the nurses would be confused, as he had 2 Sharingan active, crying. Kakashi would arrive at the hospital hearing this, concerned and knowing what would have happened. And knowing there was no other results that it could be. It was the work of Danzo. The public caught wind of this, but Tsunade would be able to cover it up, explaining that Naruto was actually not only an Uzumaki, but also half Uchiha. So Team 7 would be able to stay, but who would replace Sasuke? In my opinion, the person to replace Sasuke here would be Yamato. Sai would be too early in his own Anbu training still to join the team, and I feel it would be better to have another Jonin on Team 7. So that's gonna be part 1 of what if Naruto and Sasuke were never stopped from clashing. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you all have a nice day. I'll get another video out sometime next week. See ya.